Stellenbosch and Supersport United both chasing victory here today, but for causes at opposite ends of the Betway Premiership table. Stellenbosch looking to finish the season in third place and qualify again for the African Confederation Cup, while Supersport desperate to get away from the relegation zone. Welcome everyone, it's a gloriously sunny autumn day here in the Winelands, 27 degrees. Welcome also to Sean Bartlett on this penultimate match day of the league season. Everyone playing everyone else this afternoon, kicking off simultaneously, except of course for the already crowned champions Mamelodi Sundowns, who play Magesi tomorrow. AmaZulu also have the weekend off. They were supposed to play against Royal AM, who are no longer part of the league. So Stellenbosch 1 point behind Sekhukhune United in the race for third place. That will guarantee a berth in continental club competition next season. A win today offering the chance to go above Sekhukhune should they stumble against cup winners Kaizer Chiefs in Polokwane. We'll keep an eye out on all of the games. Supersport 3 points above the relegation zone. Anything they get here today, Sean, will be welcomed for the team from Pretoria.
Yeah, without a doubt. Obviously making the trip here to Cape Town, it did say 27 degrees, but when you walk on that field it feels like 35. You know, very dry, but I think it will suit obviously both teams here today. Like you've indicated, I think a draw or a win will put Supersport in good standing.
Below them, of course, are Cape Town City on 23 points, Supersport on 26. Supersport also have the advantage of an extra game, which I'll be playing against Orlando Pirates this coming Wednesday. So Fawaz Basadin is captain of a Stellenbosch side that features two changes from that 3-0 thumping they received at the hands of champions Mamelodi Sundowns in Atteridgeville on Sunday. Lekolowane out with injury, so Lesiba Nku gets an opportunity, and one other positional switch, Sanele Barnes into the team, and Janino Palace drops onto the bench. Ashley Cupido is back from his hamstring injury. He is on the bench for today's encounter. Now, the way they will form up, it is Sean Bartlett who will take us through.
Yeah, I think they normally don't change from a 4-3-3 setup, and obviously the key players for me will always be the likes of Basadin on that left-hand side. And Dooley in the middle obviously will be the orchestrator as far as things are concerned. De Jong's presence up front will always cause a lot of problems with Titus and Nku on the wings.
Supersport United haven't played for 2 weeks. Their last match was against Chippa United, a 2-0 win for them. It's no surprise that they haven't made any changes for today's encounter. Andre Arends is sticking with the tried and tested for today's match. Bradley Krobler leading the line along with Christian Sali, who really has been in form since coming from Kaizer Chiefs on loan. The bench includes the likes of Samir Nurkovic and Vincent Pule, all with strong reputations from their playing days. Lebogang Maboe, another one who is working his way back from injury.
Yeah, I think that formation for me will be a slight difference. I think they're generally set up as a 4-4-1-1 with Bradley Krobler leading the line, with Tyson Latwayo, the captain, at the back. All his experience will be hoping for another clean sheet like they did last time out.
Andre Arends taking over from Gavin Hunt in these closing stages of the league season for Supersport. Tando Nzanzeka is in charge, coming towards the end of his refereeing career. Not sure yet whether he will be staying on next season and being in charge of matches here in the Betway Premiership as well as in the Motsepe Foundation Championship. Fairly small crowd today here at the Dani Craven Stadium for what is really a key encounter. Supersport have had much success here before, so they'll come here in buoyant mood, led of course by Tulani Hlatswayo, and in the absence of injured Sage Stevens, who might be back for the next game against Cape Town City on the final weekend of the season next Saturday, it's Fawaz Basadin who wears the captain's armband for Stellenbosch. 50th game of the season for the home side. Lots of success in cup competition, both domestically and of course they got to the semi-final of the African Confederation Cup. 25 wins in 49 matches, 11 draws and 13 losses for Stellenbosch, and 2 wins in their last 5 games. But in 15 home games this season, not all of them here of course, they've lost only twice, and on both occasions to Kaizer Chiefs in the league and in the Nedbank Cup. Can they keep up that run? Supersport United, it's still possible for them to actually finish in the top 8 despite their lowly position. They would need to win their last 3 games, including this one here today, then against Pirates on Wednesday and next Saturday at home to Richards Bay. They've never finished outside the top 8 in the last 24 seasons, a remarkable record. The last time in 2000 they were in 10th place. So can they avoid losing that successive run, keeping up what has been a splendid record of consistency for Supersport. Stellenbosch in the maroon, Supersport in the blue. We should be in for a cracker this afternoon.
Oh, I think you've indicated both teams are playing for something. Supersport obviously want to get away from that relegation battle, and Stellenbosch hoping to end in that top 4 again, to continue, their run in the Confederation Cup. I think for Supersport it's always important to keep a clean sheet like they did last time out, in order to win games, and that will be priority here today.
Well, the last 8 games between these two sides has not produced a home win, which is somewhat surprising. It'll be cleared here by Enyenaya, but not particularly far. Looking to lay it into, or Lila Kay was looking to lay it into Krobler. This is De Jong and Titus down that right-hand side. Just a little touch in there from the left back to Baliti. Both sides with plenty of experience, of course. You look at the Supersport lineup, the likes of former Bafana captain Hlachwayo and Nico Morby, very much part of the Bafana squad on the right-hand side. Sihle and Glovo, ex-Maritzburg and Orlando Pirates has had another good season. Bradley Krobler in attack. And there are the 2 last mentioned. Lala Kay, another one who's won full international caps in his career. Now, can they provide? Christian Siley strikes it against Sihle Nduli.
He comes in great form, hasn't he? Last 2 games he's managed to get on score sheet, which I think is quite important for Supersport in order to get 3 points here today.
So Lila Kay will have the duties with this throw-in. I just remember 6 games across the country. We will endeavour to keep you updated with everything and how it's all panning out. Header away from Ture, and Ku helps us further forward. Remember, we've settled positions 1 and 2. Sundowns crowned as champions on Wednesday. The night before that, Orlando Pirates winning against Golden Arrows, confirming that they will be definitely in 2nd place. So those 2 teams will go to the Champions League next season. Then Sekhukhune 1 point ahead of Supersport. The battle for 3rd place very much on these last 2 match days. The top 8 is far from settled. There'll be lots of interesting twists and turns in that battle. And then at the bottom of the table, Cape Town City 3 points adrift. They're away at Polokwane this afternoon, with Supersport above them, and also with Golden Arrows, Magesi and Richards Bay. Sekhukhune have taken the early lead against Kaizer Chiefs. That directly affects this particular game, because remember, Sekhukhune 1 point ahead of Stellenbosch. So immediately now, Sekhukhune keeping the pressure up on Stellenbosch. That's the first goal of the afternoon we can tell you about, live from Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane. Now struck forward by Basidin. Bit of pressure there on the big frame of Ocon, the 21-year-old that everyone was talking about 2 seasons ago as a massive star in the making. Pogiso Sanoko, you'll remember from your Galaxy days, was actually a right back and then moved to centre back.
Yeah, he's got that versatility in him. Obviously, any coach would love to have him in the squad, because he can go on the overlap. He doesn't have the legs anymore, but he gives you that option on the right-hand side as a fullback as well. Yeah, there's Ocon, he's a structure, isn't he? He's a very strong defender. Difficult to get past.
Sitlendule did well here with Christian Siley bearing down. Just back to Sanoko, you, I think by the time he got to Galaxy, you used him as a centre-back. It was in Maritzburg where he was mostly a right-back.
Yeah, we actually used him once or twice at Galaxy. Obviously, even in Dooley was at Galaxy at the time as well with Coach Owen De Gama. So, quite a few players that came from Galaxy.
Over the head of Masuluke, dangerous. Here they come again with Lekay. Setting it up here for Moralo. That's away for a goal kick. Not the best of goalkeeping on that set piece.
And it's not very often you'll see a ball go over Oscar Masuluke because he's quite tall. He just mistimed that ball and the flight of it. Luckily, Stellenbosch got out of jail at that particular moment.
Well, with Sekukune going ahead against Kaizer Chiefs, Stellenbosch really need to get something early here. The log as it stands, we'll see Sekukune up to 48. Stellenbosch will be 3 behind going into the final match day if things stay the same. Remember, early stages of all the matches, so that live log is certainly going to chop and change. Supersport and Arrows and City all still goalless, and Kaizer Chiefs dropping from 9 to 10.
I think it's like you mentioned, there's a lot of movement in that log.
Good crossing here from Sanoka, cleared away by Ture. And Kiba to Nku. Here's De Jong looking to get Titus going, and the flag went up. Now, how close was that?
I think he just got caught at the wrong time. He delayed his run so long, and eventually I think his right side might just be offside. He waited for that ball quite some time to be passed. Probably just made that run too early.
Yeah, you're right there, Sean. Too quick for his own good, Devin Titus. Steve Barker was definitely not happy last Sunday with his team's performance against Mamelodi Sundowns. Well, behind early on and never really in the game. Was a good solid thumping for Stellenbosch.
It's always difficult when you concede against Sundown so early to come back. And then a second and third came shortly afterwards as well.
It was a catch-up game as well for them, where they were hoping for something out of it, because they have gone to Pretoria before in the last couple of years and won, picked up points. No, Basadin doesn't find De Jong. This is Ocon at the back. And Ndlovu almost hunted down. This is good pressing here. Barnes and Nduli. Now Kiba over the top in search of Titus. Out comes Goss. Oh, he got a bit of a knock there, Ricardo Goss. How serious will that be?
I think as it came, Titus just accidentally stood on his foot. You can even see Titus not being comfortable. Here you can see as the ball gets played over the top. He had to make that decision very quickly, Goss.
Is the Stanley's last home game. For the season,
now, where does the contact come? Catches him on the right ankle, is it? Yes.
Yeah, I think the knee of Titus is catching as it goes. That one there.
Yeah.
Can be painful at times, just on the bone.
Certainly hobbling around there, Ricardo Goss.
Well, hopefully it won't affect him too much, because I think that is his kicking foot. He loves distributing with the right foot, particularly.
They do have backup today in the form of Takasani Mbanjwa, ex-Wits and Supersport. Was it Amatux as well? Morocco Swallows, plenty of experience. Now chase on for Titus again. The young defender Baliti, 21 years old. First season for Enyanaia, of course. It took a while for him to get his work permit, but the right-back replacement for Dean van Rooyen, who went to Orlando Pirates.
Oh, he's settling quite well. You know, he's got that physical capacity as well, especially the way Stellenbosch plays to go up and down.
It's confirmation of that early goal after 4 minutes. Seko Kune leading Kaizer Chiefs 1-0. Ramala, the goal scorer. For the rest, all of the matches at the moment in the Betway Premiership, and there's 6 of them goalless, including this one. Bloemfontein Gallants are playing chipper in. Also in Polokwane City hosting Cape Town City. Richards Bay against Golden Arrows at Umlazi. And Pirates, of course, home to TS Galaxy with out Jose Ribeiro. Now De Jong brings Bassadin into play. They've got Barnes here on the left-hand side. He can play on the right as well. Nice and versatile. Maloisani. Kiva, another one who's in his first season at Stellenbosch. De Jong, Barnes. Now, a little bit of pace from Barnes, almost lost it. It finds Bassadin, gets it back again. Support from Kiba. Nice and disciplined Supersport United, not offering much space here for Stellenbosch.
Putting them under a lot of pressure from the front. A lot of positional changes as well with Stellenbosch. The only 2 keeping their position is Tore and Molasane.
Now Cool. Molasane looks up. What are his options? He's going to switch it back onto the right to Enyanaia, and that's eventually all that pressure from Supersport forcing the longer pass, cut out by Baliti, who gets it back here from Lekay. Progress down that left-hand side for Supersport United.
That's always going to be the interesting factor with both Enyanaia and Bassadin going forward. Will Supersport exploit those spaces on the wings?
Nico Mobi keeps that in play. Krobla looking to get him going, and Maloisani does well. Back in from Sanoka, looking for Krobla. Nduli, straight down the middle.
That's a no-nonsense clearance, isn't it? Not taking any chances there in Nduli.
Goss looks to have recovered from that knock, no ill effects obvious. Glovo. That's a decent build-up here from Supersport. Clearance from Toure. Cut out by Sanoka. Stellenbosch with only 2 losses in their last 12 league games, 7 wins in that period. Along with that loss to Sundowns, also beaten by Chiefs. Titus is onside now. Barnes waits, drags it back, easily done, and Sanere Barnes gets the opening goal.
Yeah, Supersport won't be happy with that. The whole game they've been trying to play that high line. Devin Titus timed that run. It looked like to perfection in order to set up Sanele Barnes. I think that's the start that they wanted after possibly hearing that Sekakune are also ahead in their game.
Well, Well, it was the timing of the pass that kept Titus on side, then the pace. And there's nothing wrong with a good pullback from the byline. Classic football. Left-footed pass as well from De Jong. Drags it back. And, well, who in fact got the last touch here? Was it Barnes?
Very interesting question, because it seems like two players.
Yeah, I think Barnes just ahead of Kiba. And he's a character, Sanele Barnes, the noisiest man in the change room, and celebrating the goal after 15 minutes here. Lakay. Now, did that come off Bassadin? No, says the referee. Lakay claiming the corner. And nothing given.
There's always the danger with the way Stellenbosch players moves around. You mentioned De Jong being on the left, on the right, in the middle. Barnes the same. So those positional changes can always confuse the opposition.
Header from Enyanaya up to Shashwaya, but a pressure on from Titus. Moralo turns, fight in global. Down the line, yeah. Nice and busy early on. Lakay, was he fouled? Yes, he was.
It's a little bit of inexperience from Enyanaya. You know, Lakay is not going anywhere. He's got the touchline next to him, so just got to guide him and make sure he doesn't turn in that instance.
Sorry, Sean, the live log there with Stellenbosch now back up and Supersport dropping down. Stellenbosch, by the way, have only ever won a single league game against Supersport United. This is the 12th time they meet in the league. 11 previous league meetings have seen 4 wins for Supersport and 1 for Stellenbosch, 6 draws. Stellenbosch have, however, had some cup success. Oh, there's a clear header for Ocon. Off target, but Steve Barker won't be happy with the space that was allowed for the big centre-back.
These are the situations I think Supersport thrives on. When it comes to set plays, should have at least found the target there, Ocon. Just coming from underneath the ball, hence he heads the ball over the bar. If it was a little bit higher, he could be able to head it down.
Now, Molloy Sani. Forced by Grobler to hoof it up. Oh, and what has Sanoka done here? Offers his apologies immediately to Ricardo Goss, and suddenly pressure is turned the other way.
I think the easiest thing to do is just turn around what Nduli did and, you know, kick the ball forward again.
I think that proves conclusively Barnes did get the touch.
And obviously acknowledging the pass from Devin Titus.
Of course, these days would get an assist.
These are also dangerous situations for Stellenbosch, especially with the likes of De Jong. You know, at that near post, always manage to get flick-ons.
So Barnes and Bassadin in the vicinity of this. Barnes curls it towards the back post. Goss got a good punch to it. Devin Titus is going to let it run out for a throw-in. Cape Town City, we hear, have scored against Polokwane City, so that has an impact here on the game against Supersport. Once again, we'll be showing you the log. Darwin Gonzalez with a penalty, we hear. How big is that going to be? Stellenbosch against Cape Town City next Saturday, by the way, in the big derby game here in the Cape. Malloy Sani looking for the flick on from De Jong, finally cleared. Enyanaya, this time a better clearance from Morby. 20 minutes gone. De Jong now wide out here to Nku. Well, they're looking a lot better than they did in the first 10 minutes or so, the home side. It's goals giving them a nice bit of confidence. Header away from Sanoka. Oh, that's what the live log looks like now. Supersport trailing, City winning, Arrows drawing. Just shows you, in the space of 20 minutes, it all switches around, and you wonder if news like that filters through or not.
Only consolation at this moment, I think, is the goal difference. Supersport being on a -9 and Cape Town City in -17.
So is Stellenbosch doing Cape Town City a massive favour ahead of their derby next Saturday, where, of course, City have long struggled against Stellenbosch. They're a bit of a bogey side. Now Titus on the chase. Schweier just very subtly got in his way there, slow him down a bit. Little knock for Nku. Referee was right on the spot. He says play on. Over the head of Grobler, nicely brought down by Barnes, who gives this away to Lakay. This could be dangerous. Chance for Siley. Good save, Masuluke. Maybe delayed a little bit the striker.
Yeah, just took it moment too long there to get the shot off, and it seems like Masuluke might have injured himself in the process there as well. Shahile just took a little bit too long to get rid of that ball.
Well, it was a mistake from Stellenbosch that set up the opportunity. Rather casual here from Sanele Barnes. Lovely little ball in for Siley. One-on-one here, keeper's very brave.
Oscar made that decision very, very quickly to come out and make himself very big in order to stop that ball from going past him. And that was the opportunity for Supersport to come with the equalizer.
Now the injury, I think, is one that is not best described, but you know it can be sorted just needs a bit of time. Christian Siley with 4 goals since coming to Supersport on loan from Kaizer Chiefs, and really should be number 5. Masuluka, of course, the second choice with Sage Stevens out injured. This is his 7th successive game since Stevens hurt his calf muscle against Zamalek. And the veteran Lee Langeveld is the backup today. Well, they all see the funny side. Steve Barker, Wesley Sergel, his assistant. See, Snoop Dogg is in the house as well.
They might not get massive crowds here, but they've got very loyal supporters.
Up to Barnes. Nku. Now looking for De Jong. Battle there with the experience of Hlachwayo. Siley. He's going to get it wide. Nico Morby gets the cross in. Clearance away from Malloy Sani. Bit of time here for Kiba. Along with Mbuli. And the flag up from the linesman over on the far side. Devon Titus coming from an offside position. 3 of the 6 matches in the Betway Premiership this afternoon have produced a goal. Sekhukhune leading Chiefs by a goal. Cape Town City away up against Polokwane City. Remember, they haven't won for 14 successive matches. And one here, of course, for Sanele Barnes and Stellenbosch. Bradley Grobler. Header from Basedin. Now with Morbi. Gets the cross in. And Aloy Sane has some assistance there from Sihle Ndule. Down the line. This is going to go only as far as Ocon, but he slips. So Titus with Barnes. Titus, is he going to go on his own? Difficult decision to make in that circumstance. Barnes, an obvious man to pass to on the right, but there's also an opportunity for you to take them on the left.
Well, you've got to compliment the experience of Klatwayo. I think he just delayed that whole process for Titus and eventually managed to intercept the ball, you know, with the toe in the box, which is always very, very dangerous, to be honest.
Another chance for Devin Titus. 2-0. Puts it away easily. And Stellenbosch have a second.
That's too easy for Stellenbosch, just opening the defense of... and you can see Ricardo Goss being really frustrated, asking Moby why he's not tracking runners. But Titus has been the difference here for the first 25-6 minutes. 1 assist and a goal.
Well, a post-mortem on the Supersport bench. Smiles on that of Stellenbosch. Once again, De Jong involved in the build-up as well. This was a lovely pass from Basedin, and the pace, of course, of Titus, but how well he finished that with the right foot.
Just running off the shoulder there of the Sanoka. Ricardo Goss trying to keep himself big as long as possible, but what a ball from Basedin again. Great weight on the pass, one control from Devin Titus. And slots it underneath the keeper.
So Stellenbosch have a 2-0 lead. Devin Titus with what is now his 8th goal of the league season. Scored against Golden Arrows away from home earlier this month. And now up to number 8. Well, unbeaten in their last 4 coming into this encounter, Supersport United. They're really in some trouble now, and they've had their chances.
I was going to say, how big is that miss from Christian Chahile? 1v1 with Oscarine. Could have brought him back into the game. And now you're trailing 2-0.
Well, in the past 11 league meetings between these two sides, only 16 goals, so that's a fairly low average. We've already superseded that with 2 goals here in the first 28 minutes. Can't complain. Now, Enyunaya, or Kiba rather, with the wrist. Fall awkwardly. This is a strange looking throw-in. Yeah, when you fall sometimes and the weight on the wrist.
I think as it falls, the left foot of Lacaze unfortunately just stood on his arm, on his hand.
It is an opportune time in this heat to allow for players a little water and sustenance. There's potential off the bench. Jabbar on the right, Cupido in the middle, and Chumani Butsaka on the left. And then also Janino Palace warming up.
A loss for Supersport United.
So Devin Titus with goal number 2, courtesy of this excellent pass from Bassadin. But look at how calm and collected he was about finishing that one.
And that's also, he's the top scorer for Stellenbosch, and that's his 8th goal for the season.
Well, the last time Supersport were here was August 2023. They're playing this game towards the end of the season. They played the last time they were here right near the beginning of the season. They came from behind to win Supersport. Jaden Adams getting on the score sheet for the home side, and then Supersport coming back through Lungu and Grant Margaman, who, by the way, is back in training, but probably won't play this season. ACL, of course, left him out for the entire campaign. Huge blow to Supersport United. Over the head of Grobla. Toure. Nduli. Orlando Pirates still 0-0 with Galaxy. Richards Bay and Golden Arrows yet to score. And it is still Gallants 0, Chipper United 0. That's a big battle for the top 8 between the two teams in Bloemfontein. Do promise to bring you the goals as they go in across the Betway Premiership on this Saturday, in which almost everyone is playing simultaneously. It'll be the case again next Saturday on the final match day, except Mamelodi Sundowns will be competing in the Champions League final at the same time in Pretoria. Pass it in only as far as Morbi. And Glovo. So the expected movement from Moralo up to De Jong. He has Kiba now. Barnes, Nduli, they're looking full of confidence. Stellenbosch, good running off the ball as well, maybe a little undone by the bounce off the pitch.
Yeah, very unfortunate. We spoke about the pitch before game. It's quite hard and dry, so it's going to be quite a high bounce. Got to time your receiving and jumping.
Now up to Grobler. He scored 3 times in the past against Stellenbosch. Hasn't really had a look in so far. Lekay battling with the sun, or excuse me, not Lekay, rather over on the far side, Baliti. Shachwayo. Sanoka up to Siley. Well, he gets the corner off the legs of Moloi Sani.
I think the throw in, Moby will probably go for a long throw. We'll have the likes of Ocon going forward.
Let's see how much distance he gets here, Moby. Not particularly far, dealt with by Bassadin. Remember, the air not as thin as it is up on the high field. Not that that makes much difference, I think, on those throw-ins, but still. Moralo now in search of Grobler. Headed away by Toure, back in from Lekay, well wide, and a goal kick for Stellenbosch. We have round about 10 minutes left to half-time.
I'm not sure if that was a shot or attempted cross to Shahile, but it seems like the cross is not just coming in the right areas for Supersport attackers. Frobler and Shahile trying to get into that 6-yard area, not being serviced in the right way.
Half time now, officially 10 minutes away. Down the line from Bassadin. Ocon keeping an eye on the ball and on Titus, who gets the little ball in here to Barnes. Bassadin joining on the overlap. And Koo on the right-hand side, completely unmarked, but a little bit difficult to get the ball out to him. Here's Bassadin. And Dooley. He now finally decides to find Nku and slips at the vital moment, allowing a real chase there between Enyanaya, who gets a yellow card from Mr. Nzanzeka. That seems a bit harsh.
That's a bit surprising. I think both players were competing for the ball. There's nothing malicious about that tackle, nor was it a goal-scoring opportunity for that matter. Not on the edge of the halfway line.
Now, did he put his hand in the face of Baliti or not? There is a little bit of a touch. That's what the referee has given the card for, but still it seems a bit harsh. Now we have a problem with the ball.
Seemed to have burst in mid-air.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Ball's gone.
Yep.
Samir Nurkovic going off for a little bit of a warm-up, or is he coming back? So fresh. Well, they've taken the previous ball off. It'll be a drop ball here. Much preferred Sean the old days when they had a proper drop ball and you could
competing for
yeah,
it.
you could kick the other guy's shins. Much more fun.
Sometimes you kick the ball before it even touches the ground.
Kiba. Here's Barnes looking for Titus, gets behind Sanoka, back inside. In search there of Fawaz Bassadin, who found himself in an unusual centre-forward position. And we will have a foul here in favour of Stellenbosch. Coup the player down.
Well, it seems that Stellenbosch have definitely found a way to get past Supersport, and it's the right-hand side of Supersport that's been giving them a little bit of joy.
Did Groba just leave something in here on Nku? Is that the decision? There's the yeah, studs up, but how much contact was there?
I think it's always the referee's interpretation for the intention sometimes and not actually making contact with the opposition.
So Ricardo Goss, who's been beaten twice already, 31-year-old, turned 31 last month. In from Barnes, still looking for the little flick on from Enyanaya. It's going to fall here for Kiba. Toure does like the occasional foray forward, finds Titus, now De Jong. And Kiba, and a chance to turn here for De Jong. And Goss will clear away. Only Malloy Sane back in his own half, and he was taking no chances there with everybody pushing forward.
Well, there is a risk at some point, isn't it? With Molasania being the only player back. Would Supersport recognize that and maybe leave 1 or 2 players extra? They are chasing the game.
Comes off Siley, so it's going to be a throw-in. Five minutes roughly to go. Shouldn't be too much time added on. Here's Ture underneath this one. And Globo finds Moralo. Back to Sanoka. Gives it away to Stellenbosch, gratefully accepted by Sihle Nduli. Now De Jong, can he find a cool cover from Shashwayo and Baliti? Good running from Lekay on the left. Has a look up. Krobler's coming in late. This is dangerous. That's Bradley Krobler territory. Cleared away. The save by Masuluke. And the other effort. Oh, the keeper's taking no chances. Spectacularly put over the top from Moralo.
Oh, that's a great cross from Lekay, and the run from Bradley Krobler. Just timing it, obviously coming from the penalty spot, but what a save from Masuluke. It's always difficult, those type of saves, when it just bounces in front of you. Sometimes it doesn't even bounce, it just goes underneath. So
well, he's rather upset, Krobler. Felt there was an excellent opportunity to get his side back into this game. What can they do from the set piece? Header is away from Aloy Sani. Now Lekay up with Nku. Basadin gets a touch. Basadin showing a bit of pace here. It spills free. Now Nku to Barnes. Support from Kiba. Has he gone too wide? That's great cover from Ndlovu.
just that first touch that got away from Sanele Barnes.
That's going to be a foul against Siley, so a free kick in favour of Enyanaya. Now, Krobler with the earlier opportunity, and then there was an excellent breakaway chance as well for Stellenbosch. This was a very good run from Lekay, but watch the run here from Krobler. In your picture now. Classic header too, Sean.
Yeah, I think it just almost caught it on the eye, hence he's getting treatment now. Hopefully he'll be okay, because as he heads this ball, doesn't come off the forehead, comes off the side. He might feel a little bit dizzy at this moment in time.
Yeah, it brushes across the face, doesn't it?
Yeah, so he didn't get the proper contact, but again, Oscarine had to be alert for that second opportunity for Morala, taking no chances whatsoever.
He made it look rather spectacular, Masuluke.
Well, he's got the height advantage, isn't it? Similar to someone in the booth here with me.
Yeah, I'm not sure would have got up with that sort of athleticism, never mind get a touch to it. And the fall down would have been a rather large thud. Marumo Gallants have taken the lead against Chipper United, so they're strengthening their chance of a top 8 place. It's Gallants 1, Chipper 0. Sitoli with a goal on 41 minutes there in Bloemfontein. Well, this log is going to look very interesting, Sean, as we head towards half-time. Remember, another full half to come. It can all change in the blink of an eye, but places in the top 8, the chase for third, and of course the big battle against relegation, which is at stake here today, with Supersport in a little bit of trouble as they trail by 2. Supersport are guaranteed a top 4 finish this season. Of course, Steve Barker's made it clear they want to go back into African club competition, having got as far as the semi-final of the Confeds Cup in their very first season, or their very first expedition, as it were, into Africa. Also a top 8 place guaranteed for next season, and that's becoming consistent feature for Stellenbosch as well in recent campaigns. No concern for Andre Aronson. This is the reason why. Supersport and Cape Town City level on 26 points. It's still Arrows 0, Richards Bay 0. And Magesi only play tomorrow against Sundowns. Top of the table. Still at 1 point separating Sekhukhune and Stellenbosch. Remember, with Royal AM removed from the log table, clubs only play 28 games this season, not the usual 30.
Well, you saw the log. I think what becomes even important now is the goals. You know, the goals you concede at this moment. Supersport being 2-0 down. You don't want to make it any worse for yourself, even though you still have 2 games to play.
You might have noticed on that log, TS Galaxy on 28 games, because they were supposed to play Royal AM on the last weekend. This is their final fixture. Playing against Orlando Pirates, looking for a top 8 place, and Masaluke collects comfortably.
And just a little bit too easy there for Masaluke coming to gather that ball.
Supersport United end their campaign against Richards Bay at home. This is Titus dragging it back. Was there a little push in there? Crowd thinks so. Keeper does as well, but the referee doesn't concur. This will fall for the Sibanku. To De Jong. Little ball in search of Titus, and the interception from Hlachwayo was absolutely vital there. Moralo finds Sanoka. Well, this is probably now the last minute of this half. Supersport need to show a little more ambition here. Forward from Sanoka. Clearance away from Basadin. Blocked by Morbi, up to Grobler. Always dangerous. Was there a knock in the face of Malloy Sane? Decision goes against Grobler. Malloy Sane not happy with him at all, and let's see here on the slow-mo. No.
I don't think there was any intention from Grobler trying to control with his foot, and Molasane heading probably the knee of Bradley.
Not happy though. That's so we've had 3 minutes of stoppage time here at the Dani Craven Stadium. Foul by Sanoka on Barnes. Keeper looked to take it quickly, but referee says hang on.
I think this might even be the final action of this first half.
Well, there it comes, the whistle from referee Tando Nzanzeka. Goals from Barnes and Titus, given Stellenbosch a very good start here, Sean.
Yeah, you could see the intention from Stellenbosch from the beginning, the way they moved the ball around. That freedom of players also interchanging in positions has given them a bit of problems, Supersport. And the fullbacks of Supersport have feeling most of the brunt with the wingers attacking them, Barnes and Titus. So deservedly 2-0 lead at this moment in time at half-time.
Well, Ture and Masaluke certainly having a decent post-mortem there, and discussions here between Kiba and Nduli, the 2 former Galaxy players, but the Stellenbosch camp will certainly be well pleased with the way things have gone here in this first half. Stellenbosch 2, Supersport 0 at half-time.
our song, and then after that we will invite the general manager. Ladies and gentlemen, can I plead for your attention, please? Kan ons asseblief bly? Kan ons aanluister aan die nuwe general manager vir die Stellenbosch FC. Stel ek as familie party chigere on.
2 losses in their last 12 league games, 7 wins in that period. Along with that loss to Sundowns, also beaten by Chiefs. Titus is onside now. Barnes waits, drags it back, easily done, and Sanere Barnes gets the opening goal.
Yeah, Supersport won't be happy with that. The whole game they've been trying to play that high line. Devin Titus timed that run, it looked like to perfection, in order to set up Sanele Barnes. I think that's the start that they wanted, after possibly hearing that Sekakune are also ahead in their game.
Well, it was the timing of the pass that kept Titus on side, then the pace, and there's nothing wrong with a good pullback from the byline. Classic football. Left-footed pass as well from De Jong. Drags it back, and well, who in fact got the last touch here? Was it Barnes?
Very interesting question, because it seems like 2 players.
Yeah, I think Barnes just ahead of Kiba. Two losses in their last 12 league games, 7 wins in that period. Along with that loss to Sundowns, also beaten by Chiefs. Titus is onside now. Barnes waits, drags it back, easily done. Titus is onside now. Barnes waits, drags it back, easily done, and Sanere Barnes gets the opening. Along with that loss to Sundowns, also beaten by Chiefs. Titus is onside now. Barnes waits, drags it back, easily done, and Sanere Barnes gets the opening. Titus is onside now. Barnes waits, drags it back, easily done, and Sanere Barnes gets the opening goal.
Yeah, Supersport won't be happy with that. The whole game they've been trying to play that high line. Devin Titus timed that run, it looked like to perfection. Beaten by Chiefs.
Titus is onside now. Barnes waits, drags it back, easily done, and Sanere Barnes gets the... along with that loss to Sundowns, also beaten by Chiefs. Titus is onside now. Barnes waits, drags it back, easily done, and Sanere Barnes gets the opening goal.
Yeah, Supersport won't be happy with that. The whole game they've been trying to play that high line. Devin Titus timed that run, it looked like to perfection. 7 wins in that period, along with that loss to Sundowns, also beaten by Chiefs. Titus is onside now. Barnes waits, drags it back, easily done, and Sanere Barnes gets the opening goal. Yeah, Supersport won't be happy with that. The whole game they've been trying to play that high line, you know, with the toe in the box, which is always very, very dangerous, to be honest.
Another chance for Devin Titus. 2-0. Puts it away easily, and Stellenbosch have a second.
That's too easy for Stellenbosch, just opening the defense of, and you can see Ricardo Cross being really frustrated, asking Moby why he's not tracking runners. But Titus has been the difference here for the first 25-6 minutes. 1 assist and a goal.
Well, a post-mortem on the Supersport bench. Smiles on that of Stellenbosch. Once again, De Jong involved in the build-up as well. This was a Lovely pass from Basadine, and the pace, of course, of Titus, but how well he finished that with the right foot.
Just running off the shoulder there of the Sanoka. Ricardo was trying to keep himself big as long as possible, but what a ball from Basadine again. Great weight on the pass, one control from Devon Titus. And slots it underneath.
An obvious man to pass to on the right, but there's also an opportunity for you to take them on the left.
Well, you've got to compliment the experience of Flatwayo. I think he just delayed that whole process for Titus and eventually managed to intercept the ball, you know, with the toe in the box, which is always very, very dangerous, to be honest.
Another chance for Devon Titus. 2-0.
Very, very dangerous, to be honest.
Another chance for Devon Titus. 2-0.
Titus and eventually managed to intercept the ball, you know, with the toe in the box, which is always very, very dangerous, to be honest.
Another chance for Devon Titus. 2-0. Chance for Devon Titus. 2-0. Puts it away easily.
He just delayed that whole process for Titus and eventually managed to intercept the ball, you know, with the toe in the box, which is always very, very dangerous, to be honest.
Another chance for Devon Titus. 2-0. Puts it away easily. And Stellenbosch have a second.
That's too easy for Stellenbosch, just opening the defense of, and you can see Ricardo being, you know, with the toe in the box, which is always very, very dangerous, to be honest.
Another chance for Devon Titus. 2-0.
No, with the toe in the box, which is always very, very dangerous, to be honest.
Another chance for Devon Titus. 2-0. Puts it away easily. And Stellenbosch have a
to intercept the ball, you know, with the toe in the box, which is always very, very dangerous, to be honest.
Another chance for Devon Titus. 2-0. Referee was right on the spot. He says play on. Over the head of Grobler, nicely brought down by Barnes, who gives this away to Lakay. This could be dangerous. Chance for Siley. Good save, Masuluke. Maybe delayed a little bit the striker.
Yeah, just took it a moment too long there to get the shot off, and it seems like Masuluke might have injured himself in the process there as well. Shahile just took a little bit too long to get rid of that ball.
Well, it was a mistake from Stellenbosch that set up the opportunity. Rather casual here from Sanele Barnes. Lovely little ball in for Siley. One-on-one here, keeper's very brave.
Oscar made that decision very, very quickly to come out and make himself very big in order to stop that ball from going.
Referee was right on the spot. He says play on. Over the head of Grobler, nicely brought down by Barnes, who gives this away to Lakay. This could be dangerous. Chance for Siley. Good save, Masuluke. Maybe delayed a little bit the striker. On. Over the head of Grobler, nicely brought down by Barnes, who gives this away to Lakay. This could be dangerous. Chance for Siley. Good save, Masuluke. Maybe delayed. On. Over the head of Grobler, nicely brought down by Barnes, who gives this away to Lakay. This could be dangerous. Chance for Siley. Good save, Masuluke. Maybe delayed a little. Nicely brought down by Barnes, who gives this away to Lakay. This could be dangerous. Chance for Siley. Good save. Nicely brought down by Barnes, who gives this away to Lakay. This could be dangerous. Chance for Siley. Good save. Maliti. Good running from Lakay on the left. Has a look up. Grobler's coming in late. This is dangerous. That's Bradley Grobler territory. Cleared away. The save by Masuluke. And the other effort. Oh, the keeper's taking no chances. Chance as well for Stellenbosch. This was a very good run from Lakay, but watch the run here from Grobler. In your picture now. Classic header too, Sean.
Yeah, I think it just almost caught it on the eye. Hence, he's getting treatment now. Hopefully he'll be okay, because as he heads this ball, doesn't come off the forehead, comes off the side. He might feel a little bit dizzy at this moment in time.
Yeah, it brushes across the face, doesn't it?
Yeah, so he didn't get the proper contact, but again, Oscarine had to be alert. for that second opportunity for Morala, taking no chances whatsoever.
Baliti. Good running from Lakay on the left. Has a look up. Krobler's coming in late. This is dangerous. That's Bradley Krobler territory. Cleared away. The save by Masuluke. And the other effort. Oh, the keeper's taking no chances. Baliti. Good running from Lakay on the left. Has a look up. Krobler's coming in late. This is dangerous. That's Bradley Krobler territory. Cleared away. The save by Masuluke. And the other effort. Oh, the keeper's taking no chances. Has a look up. Krobler's coming in late. This is dangerous. That's Bradley Krobler territory. Cleared away. The save by Masuluke. And the other effort. Oh, the keeper's taking no chances. Baliti. Good running from Lakay on the left. Has a look up. Krobler's coming in late. This is dangerous. That's Bradley Krobler territory. Cleared away. The save by Masuluke. And the other effort. Oh, the keeper's taking... Look up. Krobler's coming in late. This is dangerous. That's Bradley Krobler territory. Cleared away. The save by Masuluke. And the other effort. Oh, the keeper's taking no chance. From Lakay on the left. Has a look up. Krobler's coming in late. This is dangerous. That's Bradley Krobler territory. Cleared away. The save by Masuluke. And the other effort. Oh, the keeper's taking no chance. From Lakay on the left. Has a look up. Krobler's coming in late. This is dangerous. That's Bradley Krobler territory. Cleared away. The save by Masuluke. And the other effort. Oh, the keeper's taking no chance. A look up. Krobler's coming in late. This is dangerous. That's Bradley Krobler territory. Cleared away. The save by Masuluke. And the other effort. Oh, the keeper's taking no chances. Spectacularly put over the top. Welcome back everyone to Donny Craven Stadium. Stellenbosch leading Supersport by 2-0, and with Sekokune drawing against Kaizer Chiefs at halftime in their match in Polokwane. Stellenbosch, as things stand right now, are in third position in the Betway Premiership with one game, of course, to come. Next Saturday is the last match day of the season. Sage Stevens in the crowd here today. Is expected to be back in contention to play next weekend. The derby against Cape Town City at the Cape Town Stadium will be the final match of the season for Stellenbosch. Supersport, well, they're still down in the basement along with Cape Town City, ahead of City on points, on goal difference only at the moment, with City leading away against Polokwane City. But remember, all of that could change here in the second half. 6 matches across the country. And here, immediately, a positive start for Supersport. The clearance coming from Ture, only as far as Baliti. Devon Titus will just hoof it away. Goss having to contend with the sun. What can we expect here second half? Sure, much the same from both?
Well, I think more importantly, I think Supersport will have to change, their plan of attack and getting into that final third. They need to get back into the game. And like we've indicated before, the only thing keeping them above City at the moment is the goal difference. They've had 1 or 2 opportunities. Oscarine, Masuluke done really well in the first half, keeping them out. But I think they need to provide Grobler more with those type of crosses.
They do have a little bit of a cushion, Supersport, in the sense that they have an extra game to play, but it's a tough one, home to Orlando Pirates on Wednesday. It's a bit of a relentless schedule for Pirates these days, as they've played catch-up So they could catch them on a tired evening. Pirates at the moment being held by Galaxy in their encounter at the Orlando Stadium.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think that game will be taking place in Polokwane as well. So for both teams, there will be traveling involved.
Ocon with a throw in here for Supersport. Sanoka. Headed on, clearances from Ture. They've come out fairly brightly here, Supersport United, at the start of the second half. No changes on either side. Lyle Lakay now settles for the corner. Last touch off Nduli.
Remember in the old days, the corner is a goal.
Yeah.
And Supersport thrive, like I said before, they love attacking set plays. Let's see what they can do from this particular one.
Stellenbosch, it must be said, have not been all that convincing trying to clear these set pieces. That's one a little bit too low from Lakay to the near post and busted in away. Problem with Supersport is the lack of goals up front. 16 only this season, the joint second fewest in the league before today. Only Cape Town City with less. They are up to 14 with Gonzalez's penalty this afternoon. They're well on their way, Supersport, to their lowest goal tally ever in the PSL. The previous was 28 goals in 2018. Supersport with only 16 so far. So it's that department that needs some correction now.
Yeah, it's always important, and if you look on the other side, they've conceded quite a bit as well, 26, you know. So if you don't score enough, you always put yourself on the back foot.
Oh, another corner. Lovely views around Stellenbosch here. We're on the university campus, obviously, where this Darnie Craven Stadium is situated. Chance for the header! Masaluke saves!
I think it's come off Devin Titus, unfortunately. What a powerful header there.
Well, you did warn them. Set pieces, a speciality for Supersport United.
That header came from Bradley Probler, but what a save again from Oscarine. Just unfortunate. You have a look at the replay.
Yeah, straight onto the knee of Devin Titus, so that's going to go down as a Titus own goal. Just denying Christian Siley directly behind him, who probably would have pounced onto it. Own goal for Devin Titus, so he joins a rather elite bunch, Sean, of people who've scored an own goal in a game, as well as one at the other end.
So he's had an assist, he scored a goal, and he's had an own goal.
It's been a busy afternoon for Devin Titus.
It's always good when you can get a goal back in the first 15 minutes after the restart.
This is not an exhaustive list, but I can mention a few names who've done this before. There was Sami Siabi. Let's just go through to Goss. Sami Siabi for Chipper against Stellenbosch in 2021. Scored a header to make it 1-1 after 24 minutes, and then an own goal to allow Stellenbosch to win. Sedi Dion did it for Gallants. Siley storming in. Yes, Grobler. Oh, what a save! Masaluke denies the equalizer. It's all Supersport at this stage. Brandon Taron did it this season for Arrows against Chipper in the first round of the Nedbank Cup in January. So yeah, it's not unheard of, a goal and an own goal in the same game. He has a chance again. Supersport United really turning the screws now. Banged in here by Baliti. Nice and busy down the left-hand side, a 23-year-old, his second season for him, and he's solidified a place for himself in the second half of the season in the starting lineup. It's given away to Titus, though. Will you ever score an own goal?
I can't think of the top of my head, to be honest. I've managed to score 2 goals and get a red card in the game.
That's not bad.
Also, a select few that have done it in the Premier League, I believe.
Now, Grobler. Onside, flag stays down. Yes, Supersport really pushing now for the equaliser. Across a little too long for Siley and for Mobi. No, this was the earlier efforts. Christian Siley with the hard work. Laid back here, and Siley was looking for the penalty. Supersport continued, and Moralo's efforts over the top.
It's a good height for Oscarine to make that save, but those are the type of movement and attacks that Coach Andre Orensen will be looking for from his players. Try and get them back into the game.
Interesting different reactions from 2 goalkeepers there. You saw Johnson didn't look particularly happy, and Andre Arends a round of applause for Masaluka's efforts.
Yeah, I think also the movement that these players in that particular instance, I think something that we probably spoke about at halftime. They need to create more third man running and opportunities to get that goal back.
Well, of the 6 matches in the Betway Premiership this afternoon, this is the one delivering the goal, so you're in the right place. Last touch in Globo, but it's a foul on the midfielder. Well, this is what happened to Devon Titus, the strong header from Grobler straight on to Titus. No chance, really.
But can you see the difference, though, with the header from Bradley? You know, running onto the ball, he can generate a lot more power, unlike the first one he had, where he just guided the ball towards goal for Oscarine to save.
Now, Devon Titus putting some pressure on. Back to Goss from Sanoka. Safely done in the end by Supersport United. They've got time now to get themselves back into the game. A point would be most welcome in their battle against the potential of finishing second from bottom. Remember, Royal AM expelled from the league, so that is automatic relegation sorted out. Whoever finishes 15th goes into the post-season promotion relegation playoffs. Supersport throw-in. Supersport on the road this season, 2 wins in 13 matches. You're always going to struggle with those kind of stats. That's what it's looked like of late, a little bit more positive, that 4-1 win over Chiefs. Now Basadine. Looking for Kiba, cut out by Sachwayo. slip there from Aloy Sane, having judged that well. Titus now to De Jong. Well, they really are in charge here since half-time. Supersport United, 1 goal to show for it already.
Well, it seems also they've gone to a 3-5-2 formation, which gives them a little bit more, attacking options, players going forward.
Sikli Ndule is the man down, and Lyle Lakay catching him on the shin there.
Don't you forget, next week on Saturday.
Lyle Lakay goes into the book, apologises, and we can tell you that Stellenbosch are looking to make a change as well.
Cape Town City will be receiving Stellenbosch FC.
So Janino Palace will come on, and Lesibo Nku, who's been largely anonymous in this game, will go off.
Substitution for the Stanleys, out goes Lesibo Nku, jersey number 7, and he gets replaced by jersey number 28, Janino Palace.
Didn't see much of him in this game, to be fair. Joined, of course, from Mamelodi Sundowns in the January transfer window. He hadn't played hardly any football for Sundowns, so it took a while to get his fitness up. Now Kiba. Oh, lovely touch, Titus. He has Enyanaya using his strength, but unable to get that ball across.
It was good defending here from Baliti, just staying on his feet. And eventually Inyanaya is the one slipping.
He's impressed this afternoon, this young left back. Clearance is from Ture. Hlachwayo. And the whistle is gone, and that's going to go against De Jong on Hlachwayo. So free kick, Supersport United. Now, first touch for Palace, it's coming on. Barnes will find support from Basadin. As things stand at the moment, Stellenbosch still on course for 3rd place, and of course will go ahead of Sekhukhune by a single point. And that will be a huge factor for next Saturday's derby against relegation-threatened Cape Town City. Supersport still have the matter of that match that they played against Le Montville Golden Arrows on the 23rd of February, called off because of floodlight failure. It's almost 3 months since then. We've still had no formal decision communicated by the Premier Soccer League. Do the points go to Arrows? Is the game going to be replayed? It's not on the schedule. Why no announcement, I suppose, is the question. Play on. No foul for De Jong. And Baliti against Enyanaya. And this time it'll be a free kick in favour of Stellenbosch.
I think generally the rule is when the floodlights fail and you don't have backup power, it's the home team that's responsible, and that possibly is 3 points lost, I would think, for
and I think that's what everyone is assuming, but it would be nice if they made an official announcement about it. 3 months ago, surely if there was a disciplinary hearing, it would have been held by now.
Because like you rightfully said, there's no schedule for that particular game.
Yes.
And I don't think there's space anywhere in the calendar for that game either.
Just a simple matter of communications. So Orlando Pirates for them next. Supersport United, remember, have not... well, I'm not so sure about that 2017-18. Remember, they haven't been outside the top 8 since the year 2000. So we're going to have to look at that one again. Last time outside the top 8, the year 2000. 24 seasons successively. It's a wonderful achievement. Now chase on for Christian Siley. Goal kick, that's going to go against Siley. No, it's a corner has been given.
Oh, it's another set play for Supersport United.
Good curling ball in here. Clutchwayo with a little bit of a dummy. Was it intentional or not? Clearance will come potentially from Kiba, doesn't? Now Supersport again, looking for the equalizer to the back post for Grobler. Beaten in the air by De Jong. That means Enyanaya can get this upfield. Nicely done there on Moralo.
And it got the fans' approval as well.
Yeah, that's one for the highlight reel. Now asking a bit much of Titus and De Jong. It's been hot out there today. It's the end of a long season. Those legs will be feeling nice and heavy, although Stellenbosch admitting that they've had a really hectic schedule. Remember, this is game 50 of the season for them. Almost not used to the fact that they didn't have a game in midweek. Played last on Sunday against Mamelodi Sundowns up in Pretoria. It's 6 days before to prepare for this one. Over the top now, Palace and Titus. Flag stays down. Time they run well. Still no goals in the clash between Richards Bay and Golden Arrows. That has an impact on things at the bottom of the table. And Orlando Pirates 0, Galaxy 0, still at the Orlando Stadium. For the rest, the other 4 matches across the country all have goals. Gallants leads Chippa United by 1-0. Sekhukhune 1, Chiefs 1, 2-1 here. And Cape Town City have got a second goal against Polokwane City. It's scored by Jaden Rhodes. So hanging on by a thread are City. That'll be Diogo Perel's first win, if he can hold on there. Huge for them. Polokwane City have gone on the slide second half of the season. Well, I wonder if that should be Stellenbosch ball. It's not against Morby, or is it a foul given against Malloy Sani? That should have been Stellenbosch ball, seeing it was a throw-in. Here's Lekay. Flick on from Ocon, looking for Grobler. Out of play.
I think it's perfect time for Supersport to make a few changes, bring in some fresh legs, bring a different type of energy.
Orlando Pirates have taken the lead in the game against the Galaxy. That'll change things as far as the top 8 chase is concerned. Galaxy's last game of the season should make the top 8, but Won't be 100% sure until the end of next weekend. Vandile Shandu with the goal, we hear. Now, Lyle Kay. Banged in here by Sanoka. Out comes Masuluke, and Toure got in his way. Injured his centre-back in the process. Long ball out in search of Titus. Finds De Jong. And stay with possession, Stellenbosch.
I think two players that will make a difference in this team would be definitely, I think, Maboe and Pule. These are two guys that will bring something different to the attack. Question is, who do you take off?
Looks as if both teams are going to make a double change shortly. That's not before this ball is put back into play by Fawaz Basadin. Don't forget, tomorrow, live from Athlone Stadium, Durban City and Cape Town Spurs in the Motsepe Foundation Championship. City need only a point to make sure of automatic promotion, whereas Spurs desperately need points to stay away from potential relegation. That's a big one tomorrow in the Motsepe Foundation Championship. 3 p.m. kickoff live here on your World of Champions. And 5:30 tomorrow evening, Mamelodi Sundowns hosting Magesi at Loftus. That'll be the coronation for the Champions Trophy handover, etc. afterwards. There is the team who are the champions yet again. Made sure of that against Chipper United in East London on Wednesday. And now look ahead to next Saturday's Champions League final, first leg at Loftus. Playing Pyramids of Egypt. Long range shot! Oh, keeper! On target. Lovely effort. Good save from Goss.
That's an unbelievable save. Quick reaction there. Probably saw it a little bit late as well, but what a strike from Kiba. Kept it well on target. Powerful strike from outside the 18-yard area. Good reaction, say, from Ricardo Goss.
Baliti, good crossfield pass. Krobler on the inside as he taken on too much there. Devin Titus will get it back here from Kiba. And Unaya. A flick on from Lekay doesn't find a teammate, so we are moving now to the final 20 minutes here. And we are going to have a range of changes. Starting first with the visiting sides, Vincent Pule and Lebogang Maboe to come on, Moralo to go off. I think it'll be the end as well for Baliti on the left. Moralo, Baliti off, Pule, ex-Wits and Pirates. And of course Lebogang Maboe, who's on loan from the champions Mamelodi Sundowns, just to get some game time again after some serious injury woes over the last 2 seasons. Here's Bradley Krobler. Are we watching him for the last time here in the Cape? He's at the end of his contract. Return ball for De Jong. Shows some strength, and that goes against him. The foul on Sanoka.
It's very, very, very fortunate there for Sanoka. I think he just stood on the ball and eventually fell over. You can see Andre De Jong protesting.
This was that earlier opportunity from Kiba. Excellent save from Goss. On target, hit it on the half volley there, full volley I should say. Straight at the goalkeeper, one-handed save. Now Ture has hurt himself.
Yeah, but you don't want to go down and ask for treatment, because you can see the players pulling me up, because it's a defending corner. If he goes out, it's one of the bigger men not available to defend that corner. Well, Sane does really well here to just motivate his defending partner.
Good awareness, good situational game awareness from Malloy Sane. So the corner with the left foot of Lyle Lakay, swinging it away, bouncing around, still in the danger zone, and no one there to finish. Malloy Sane's got time to just hoof it away from Stellenbosch's half, back towards Supersport United.
Oh, it's very unfortunate. You had a couple of defenders there trying to get the strikes on target. Clearly see with Vincent Pule coming on that they need to get their ball into that box as quickly as possible.
We've got a triple, not one, not two, three substitutes for Stellenbosch FC. Out from jersey number 19.
Now Stellenbosch are making a triple change. Mdaka, Cupido and Jabbar. Barnes will go off. I think Kiba will be taken off as well, and Andre de Jong. Ashley Cupido, of course, had a rather serious hamstring pull here at this very stadium a month or so ago. Didn't seem likely that he'd finish the season, but he's on with Ibrahim Jabbar and Omega Ndaga.
Very critical time, the last 17 minutes of this game for both teams.
And Yanaya now looking for Cupido. Clearance from Sanoka. The goal from Pirates at Orlando, and the goal here, the equaliser, the own goal from Titus. Not the equaliser, but the one that Supersport have pulled back. The only second half goals we've had so far around the country in the Betway Premiership. No, correction, Jaden Rhodes is one for City as well. Forward from my boy, pace of Siley. Cuts inside, still going onto the right foot. The shot perhaps not living up to the potential of the move. Here's Vincent Pule on the left. Strong defending, Enyanaya stood his ground. Pule will take this. Ture got the touch. Always very nervous for the Stellenbosch fans when those set pieces get taken into their penalty box. Now, Cupido. Sachwayo forward. Away from Basidi. Only as far as Mavoe. That might run out of play. A chance taken there by Nduli, but worked out nevertheless.
I think you could see the goal line and how close he was, so just had to get his body between Lakay and the ball. And those balls into the channel seem to be benefiting Supersport United, with Christian Shahile and Pule now making those type of runs.
Nice work again. Corner kick. So the pressure continues as Supersport look for an equaliser, coming into this game with 3 draws and a win in their last 4 league matches. Looking to keep up that sequence. Masaluke holds on here. Tlachwayo came in a bit late. Masaluke is going to milk this, I think, for time as well.
I see the flick on at the near post from Moby. Doesn't gather the ball at the first attempt. Tlachwayo just a second too late before Masaluke gathers the ball.
So don't forget another busy next Saturday in the Betway Premiership as the league comes to a conclusion. Cape Town City, that is, hosting Stellenbosch. Supersport will be hosting Richards Bay. Magesi against Marumo Gallants in Polokwane. Kaizer Chiefs host Polokwane City, their last game of the season. AmaZulu at home to Orlando Pirates, and Golden Arrows at home to Sekhukhune United. We should still be battling next weekend for the 3rd place, for the top 8 slots, and of course for the race to avoid 15th spot in the Betway Premiership. Pule keeps that in play, finds Sanoka. Sanoka switched on to the left here, with Baliti going off. Definitely right-footed.
I think they have to accommodate playing in the back 3. He's probably the more comfortable one on the left side.
Keep him on for these long throw-ins as well, because it's another set-piece opportunity. Header away from Enyanaya. Back in from Pule. Bobbing around in that area. Was there handball? No, says the referee, despite the protests of Supersport United.
It's a very close one there. He might have been in Dooley. Caught in a difficult situation.
Last throw of the dice here now for the visiting side. Samir Nurkovic and Terence Jukumanja. They are bringing the artillery on, firing up the guns. Robler goes off and McKay goes off. Samir Nurkovic has had his knee problems over the years, and of course off-field disputes as well. That contract issue with Royal AM kept him in the headlines over the last couple of seasons. Now that's hoofed forward there by Ndaka. Titus almost onto the end of it, trying to feed it into Cupido. Decision against him, I presume for a handball. And it's still Sekhukhune 1, Chiefs 1, so Stellenbosch, as things stand, will go on to that last weekend in 3rd place, looking to return to African club competition, unless Supersport have got another plan here. Header back from Basadine to Masaluke. Take his time. Next season, of course, the new rule is you've got 8 seconds to get rid of the ball, and if you don't, it's going to be a corner for the other team.
And the referee, once you picked up the ball, the referee will count to 3 and then stop. So then you've got in your mind, get to 8 and release that ball as a goalkeeper before you get blown up for a defensive corner.
And that change is brought or decided by the International Football Association Board, which is a separate body that regulates the laws of the game. Make tweaks and changes every year, and it's applied worldwide, and they're going to start using it at the Club World Cup next month, where Mamelodi Sundowns will be competing in America. Maboe switches play. Pule. Well, the touch was a bit heavy, but he might be rewarded with a corner. So, opportunity now from the set piece. Supersport United putting the pressure on as they look for the equaliser.
Lakay has gone off, so you would expect Pule now to take responsibilities for the set plays. First thing he's got to do is got to overhit this ball. Got to miss the first couple of guys at the near post. You want to have your defenders and attackers have any chance.
To the near post, flick on! What a save! What a save from Jukumanja's header. Key saves in this game from Oscarine Masaluke. Above and beyond the call of duty. Look at this. Oh, he makes that look so good as well. It was Christian Saili, I think, not Jukumanja. Try and manage the game a bit now, Stellenbosch. Take a bit of the momentum away from Supersport, who looked a lot better here in the second half. Masaluke is down, needing treatment while we watch the slow-mo, so that's going to add to... and referee Zanzeka is not interested. He says play on. That's good to see. I like that, Sean.
It's not very often you'll see a referee make that decision.
Not at all, and the goalkeeper very quickly gets up off the ground. More of that, please, referees. This disease of goalkeepers going down to stop the game so that they can take the momentum away must come to an end. Mr. Zanzeka has made a decision which is certainly going to help in that regard. Now, what's the call here? Throw in for Stellenbosch. Inanaya wasn't sure either. He's another with a long throw. It's a bit nervous there on that Stellenbosch bench. It's a bit nervous on the Supersport bench as well. Here it comes. Good long throw into the area. Up goes Jabbar. Goal kick it'll be. So around about 5 minutes plus stoppage time for Supersport United to try and get something out of this game. Otherwise, they're going to be sitting bottom of the table alongside Cape Town City with the final weekend ahead of us. Maboe off Janino Palace. Supersport United with 4 minutes to go now, desperately pushing forward. Nutkovic gets the flick on. Jukumanja. Was there a foul by Inanaya? Referee says no. I think Inanaya struggling a bit with some cramp.
He's not played that many games this season. You can see the last few minutes. And hence, like you've mentioned, Oscarine going down, trying to manage this game for his players.
There's a battle away here. Fans find their voice. But it's not over yet. Supersport United looking dangerous from set pieces in particular, and with Nurkovic and Jukamanja, fresh strikers. Now looking for Cupido at the other end. Good cover very quickly put in place by Supersport United. Over the top of Cupido. Kung Fu style clearance there from Ricardo Goss. Stellenbosch going to make their final change now. Kyle Jurgens on for Devon Titus. Eventful afternoon for Titus. Goal, own goal and assist.
He's had influence on both sides, hasn't he? But more importantly for Stellenbosch is the goal and the assist that they will look at, and what impact he's made for his team here today in that quest to be in the top 3.
Carl Jurgens, nominally a defender, also adept at right back. Made his debut last season, one man of the match. 2 minutes plus stoppage time. Time's running out here for Supersport United. Last loss for them was in the middle of March against Galaxy, 3-1 away. Yes, Pule now. Big ball forward in search of Nurkovic. Clearance from Nduli. Morby, pretty quiet down the right in the second half. Pass from Ndlobo. Needs a good cross. This is up in Masaluke territory, and he claims it.
Yeah, that's too comfortable for Oscarine. Anything in that 6-yard area, you will come and gather. With his height and the reach, it's difficult for any attacker to go and win that ball.
So just a reminder, in the closing stages across the country on this Saturday, penultimate Saturday of the Betway Premiership season, with all of the teams competing except for Sundowns and Magesi. Stellenbosch leading here, and Sekhukhune 1-1 with Chiefs means Stellenbosch will go third. There is a 1-0 lead for Gallants over Chipper, which strengthens their chance of a top 8 place. Richards Bay and Golden Arrow is still 0-0. That might help Richards Bay's cause as well. Cape Town City leading Polokwane City by 2-0. Still very much in the battle to avoid second from bottom. And Pirates leading Galaxy, consolidating second place and maybe putting Galaxy's chance of a top 8 finish under threat as well. 5 minutes are added on here at the end of the 90.
Yeah, and in football, that's a lifetime, to be honest. Either team here can get an equalizer or a winning goal. You've got to increase your focus and make sure you take care of your responsibilities.
Play continues here. Sanoka, header away. Dooley. There's a real air of desperation around this encounter. And we're going to have a yellow for Sanoka. Which means that he will miss the next game, by the way, against Orlando Pirates on Wednesday. Sanoka on 3 yellows coming into this game, as was the case with Tlachwayo and Baliti. Toure, anywhere will do now for Stellenbosch. Long ball from Sachwayo. Poole turns. Being chased by Jurgens, who gets a touch to it. Chipper United have got an equaliser against Marumo Gallants. That helps their cause for a place in the top 8. Might affect Kaiser Chiefs' chances of finishing in the top 8. Here's Sanoka. Long throw. Flick on from Nurkovic. Chance for Chukwumanja. Wide of goal.
Could that be the chance that will be missed? Will be missed at the end of the game. Would have brought him back level on his stronger left foot as well. Just leaning a little bit back there, Terence.
Could he have maybe a second or two to compose himself?
Could have possibly taken a quick first touch and then strike it. But you normally have to take the first decision that comes in your mind.
So Stellenbosch third on that log. Chipper United with an equaliser now have gone back into the top 8. Bottom half of the log, Chiefs drop, Gallants drop. Richards Bay still not out of danger. But if they can hold on, they will be sure at the end of the 90 minutes with 30 points. Steve Barker knows how important now this final 90 seconds or so is for his side. Throw in Stellenbosch as Janino Palace battles away there.
They will surely take their time with this throw-in.
Cut out by Nduli, he just knocks that forward. It'll be a goal kick. We are now into the final minute. Nurkovic up in the air along with Jurgens. Clearance is forward by Janino Palace. They're just happy to knock it anywhere now. Stellenbosch on course for third place as things stand right now. And another opportunity to play in the Confeds Cup, where they had a very enjoyable experience reaching the semi-finals. That first leg of that final, by the way, is tonight. But Khan against Simba, Fadlu David's team. Nice catch from Nasaluke. Just crowning an excellent performance tonight from the backup goalkeeper.
He's had a sterling performance here today. Almost reminds me of Donnarumma for PSG, to be honest. The stature and the save that he made, I don't think any other goalkeeper would have been able to. But definitely a result that Stellenbosch would gladly welcome.
Is this the last throw of the dice now? Yes, Ocon with Sachwayo. They need to get this forward. They got the big men up there. Final whistle from Mr. Zanzeka. So Stellenbosch win in a league match against Supersport United for only the second time. Supersport United not out of danger yet in the battle against relegation. Stellenbosch in pole position for next weekend when they chase third place again in the Premiership. Galaxy have got a late equaliser, we hear, against Orlando Pirates, strengthening their case in the top 8. It's ended Cape Town City 2, Polokwane City 0 away from home. That's a big result for them. They join Supersport now on 26 points. Remember, Supersport have a game in hand, possibly an easier finish as well against Richards Bay. But on to the final Saturday we go, Sean.
Oh, it's massive 2 games coming up for Coach Andre Arendse and his team, isn't it? So Orlando Pirates on Tuesday in Polokwane and Richards Bay again. The last game of the season also in Polokwane. They have to get a result from one of those 2 games, as Cape Town City will be hosting Stellenbosch. will be looking obviously to secure that top 3 place. But what a performance here from Stellenbosch today. From the first minute, showed their intention, the energy, and obviously got the goals needed in order to get the 3 points here today.
They had a few fans on hand today, Supersport United at the game, but nothing for them to rejoice over at the end of 90 minutes. Titus and Barnes with goals in the first half. Titus with an own goal after the break, but enough. As Stellenbosch win by 2-1. Masaluke massive in today's game.
A crucial 3 points put Stellies in position 3 on the log standings, a point away from Sekhukhune United. That is where Coach Steve Barker said they want to make sure they end the season at when it comes to the end of the season. But of course, they have one more encounter still to play. But the man that made sure that the scoreline remains at 2-1 when Supersport United came out guns blazing in the second 45 is none other than goalkeeper of Stellenbosch, Oscarine Masuluke, who walks away as the Betway Premiership Man of the Match. Oscarine, congratulations. Your thoughts on how you performed here in the 90?
Yeah, sure sungula ntaranda ku khensa ti coaches ku va nyike opportunity ya ku ni kota ku ni va ni va representa after ka ku nga a ku heta vo seka so ta khensa opportunity leyi va nga nyika yona ni khensa na I'd like to thank my wife because she's the one who has been supporting me since I came here, but unfortunately, even now she's here. I hope she's happy where she is. But coming to the game, that kind of games, you need to give your best always, because we logo itlanga ifane ba hinkwenu xitoko okay itlangela yini, because I'm going to na xisha simple lexi because even na yini le ku tlangela ka ka position 3 so.
Defensively, Stellies has been absolutely fantastic, but you've also had a great season this season. What is it that the team has said to you or done for you to make sure that you remain solid at the back?
No, sometimes every time logo ku tlanga one time, so I'm always supporting Sage if he's playing. But at the end of the day, there's something even me I'm learning when I'm sitting on the bench. I'm learning everything. That's why even now it's easy for me to pick where Sage left.
The team played on the continent. You have the opportunity to do it again. What will that mean for you guys as players?
Yeah, leswi mina ku na sweswiwani a swi navi a swi lava ku hi tikuma hi ya tlangeni ka hala handle, because team leyiwani yi deserve swona ku va yi kuma yi tlanga a handle every time.
Thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you.
There you have it. The coach having a moment there with Oscarine. Coach, let's get straight into it. You walk away with those 3 points that you had wanted. Oscarine was absolutely phenomenal for you. What is your assessment of the 90?
Yeah, look, I think obviously we started really well and got the 2 goals, and I thought we dominated, especially, the first half. I knew that the first 15-20 of the second half would be the most crucial. It was either we get a third and then hopefully the game is done, or if they got one, then it would become a grind, which it turned out to be the second. So they got obviously a lot of corners and eventually scored from one, which made the last 30 minutes of the game not easy for us. They started playing quite direct, a lot of second balls, a lot of flick-ons, a lot of set pieces. So we didn't have too much fluidity in having the ball in the second half, so that made it difficult. But, once again, I think we just ground out the result in that second half. Just showed real commitment once again, just had to work and deserved to win the game at the end of the day, I believe, based on the dominance we had first half. But again, Oscar, some big saves for us. But everybody has to play their part at the right time, and today it was Oscar's turn.
It was definitely Oscar's turn, but we were making joke a bit earlier on saying that Devin Titus is so good, he scores on both sides.
Yes, no, Devin is just a machine. You know, he's hardly ever injured. He puts 100% every game that he does. I think, you know, he's on now 8 goals. He might be a third on the log behind the 2 Sundowns lads. So, again, another consistent return from Devin for the season. Yeah, he's just very proud of what he's doing and achieving.
What was your thinking behind your triple sub?
Behind?
Your triple sub?
Yeah, I think, look, we've had a long season and it's, you know, it hasn't been easy the last while. So it was just to freshen up, maybe bring some energy into the team and, you know, just see out the game.
Cape Town City managed to do themselves a favor. They won today, but then that puts you in a precarious situation for next weekend because you still need to solidify that top 3 spot, but they also need to make sure that now that they are equal with Supersport United, they can also get out of that playoff spot.
That adds a lot of spice to already a derby that has a lot of spice. So, yeah, both teams have different objectives to achieve next week. Hopefully we can, you know, get a big crowd out to come to a game that I think is going to be, yeah, it's going to be war out there. It's 2 teams fighting for what they want. And, you know, I'm glad that they got a result today. But next week, you know, we need to achieve our objective, and that's win the game to secure the 3rd position.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
There you have it. That is Coach Steve Parker talking about how difficult it is going to be for them come next weekend when they wrap up the season, because they will be playing against the Cape Town City side that will desperately be requiring points. But of course, we also have a Supersport United side here that fought to the very end. Coach, your thoughts on how you performed in the second 45? You came out guns blazing.
Yeah, it's too late, is it? You know, you can't afford to give a team of this caliber 45 minutes of a game and then expect to come back and win it. And we know that. And that was a disappointing thing for me. And I let the players know that. It definitely was a better second half. I can't fault the players for that. And I gave them the challenge at halftime. I want to see people play with their hearts. And I want to see them wearing it on their sleeves. And it only happened in the second half. So, you know, those are the things that you can't slack on at this stage of the season. And perhaps we've got to do it the hard way, and we will. I've got a bunch of fighters out there. They showed that in the second half. You can't give a team like Stellenbosch 2 goals and expect to come back from that.
Those set pieces, every time you got a dead ball situation, I could see the tension in the stadium, and that's also how the goal came for you.
We spoke before the game, and we said we placed a lot of emphasis on our set pieces. We worked a lot at training throughout the week. And that's what works for us. And again, we score from one of those. But we've, you know, in open play and just the structure of the game, the tactical awareness of the game, and a little bit of fight sometimes. And that's what's needed to round off a performance. And we just fell short of that today.
You have 2 more matches to go. What are the positives that you're taking into those encounters?
Well, I saw a bit of heart in the second half. You know, a bit of fight in the second half. And, you know, we can play all the nice football in the world in the last 2 games, but we're going to have to do it with a bit of heart and a bit of fight and a little bit of determination. I saw that only in the second half, and that's not good enough.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.
There you have it. That is Coach Andre Arends. They have 2 more matches to go before they can wrap things up. So they still have that opportunity to put a gap between themselves and Cape Town City before the end of the season at the weekend. So for them, it is still alive. But right here at the Danny Craven Stadium, it walks away with Stellies being in position 3 after gaining all 3 points here. From me, Mpoma Boy, and the rest of the crew, it is bye-bye. Masandawana, you have already wrapped up the Betway Premiership, and now it's time for you to get the big one, that second star. So this is Mpoma Boy wishing you all the very best against Pyramids. I know that the encounter at Loftus is already sold out when it comes to the first leg. So let us wrap it up at Loftus so that by the time we go to Egypt, it is done and dusted. The only way that Masandawana can. All the very best on your pursuit of the second star.